Let's get it. The name is Law Nation. Without hesitations nor deviations to the matter, you guys know how it is. Hit that like button, share this content. Let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Come on. There are actually two Jerry Jones in the house. There are two of them. The general manager, Jerry Jones, and the owner. One can argue that there are actually four. The marketing promoter, Jerry Jones, as well as the fan, Jerry Jones. Right? Come on. Ain't no party like a Law Nation party. Yeah. Let's get it. DC for life, not for short. Cell block 80 for me. Let me know where you guys stand at. Let's get it. DC for life, baby. DC 4L. Cell block 80. Come on. Happy Friday to you all. 5, 4, 3, 2. Come on. Come on, baby. It's Friday, baby. Come on, baby. It's yours truly, Law Nation, as we continue to grind and shine. Let's talk about this. Well, first and foremost, we're going to listen to Jerry Jones, right? And then we'll give you guys my thoughts on this Giants team and what we are up against and things like that. I really appreciate you guys. Don't you guys know I'm the biggest independent Cowboys content creator on the planet, and I really appreciate you guys for helping me get to this number. There's nobody that's not even close, and I appreciate it because I'm on so many platforms. I appreciate you guys so much for your love and adulations to help me elevate the nation, so I really appreciate it. You know, when I did this about a couple years ago, I didn't think that I would get to this height, but I really appreciate you guys because the nation is always growing, baby, and everybody is always listening. So I really appreciate that so much. So be sure to hit that like button, continue to share, and continue to put DC for life down in the chat. Shout out to you. Happy birthday to all the Septembers. Oh, my goodness. Shout out to you, Gina. Appreciate you. Appreciate you so much. All right, so with that being said, Cowboy Nation, now that we got most of that out the way. I don't gloat. I don't really hype up anything, but we're going to talk about this.
The real truth is that in the NFL, all teams have good players. And they just aren't hitting on all cylinders many times. But I can see how they won those first two ball games. And
you talking about the Giants?
We've got a street fight in New York to get up there and come out there with a win.
Now, you know, most of the time you say anything, it makes news, and I think we all understand why. Is yesterday talking about, you know, how you would love if Cooper Rush played so great that there could be like a quarterback controversy. Do you talk to Dak like before or after situations like that, or does he ask questions to you about
what do you say about
like that?
What do you say about
Not
that?
Not necessarily. If I see him, I will, and I'm sure the same with him. But not necessarily at all. And those, just to be specific, we don't have anybody that would really deep down like to see Cooper Rush play to that level
right?
More than Dak. because that enhances it for all of us, because we know we're going to need every ounce of every person on this team's best play.
Now, those are good remarks from Jerry Jones, and I feel what he's saying. Like, a third of you guys may be saying is like, man, come on.
Shut up!
That's what most of you guys are saying right now. Just shut it up, Jerry. Look, we just want to see us win. We don't want to hear the marketing arm of Jerry Jones. We don't want to hear the GM Jones. We want to hear the just the players or just the coaching staff talk about this. We don't want to hear that part from Jerry Jones. So a lot of people are like,
shut up!
A lot of people are saying that, but I get it. You know, we always got to have this conversational piece because I promise you guys, you probably don't know what the general manager of the New York Giants sound like or the owner sound like, right? You might be looking at this thing saying, hey, it is what it is, but I really don't know. I really don't know. Mute him, right?
And if you start going up there and saying, boy, the opposing team as well as us, when they start looking and having more credibility about the way Cooper Rush is playing, about what we are at quarterback when we don't have Dak. Now, I don't believe there's anybody in the world that doesn't understand how much I appreciate Dak Prescott, his skills, and to have him for the future, and the future being right now, really.
Shut
but
up!
The thing is that if
I think that the only reason why Dak Prescott is still on his team is because he got the contractual agreements, no trade clause. Oh, no franchise tag. You know, in the art of negotiating your contract, you put those things in places because you don't have ultimate trust. You don't have ultimate trust. So that's why you put those things in places. And as much as we can try to put the lipstick on the pig, somebody knows from Dak Prescott camp to put those type of qualifiers on that contract. Meaning that, yeah, man, I was signed the contract, but you got to have the no trade clause. You got to put in, oh, you can't franchise tag me again. So the only reason why this kid is here, see, if you trust somebody, if you love somebody, if you say that you said that you saying, then you would never bring up the price. Law, do you have any truth to it? Well, when a man really loves a woman and he proposed to her, right? He don't say 2 to 3 years down the line, baby, I know I want you better cook me that sandwich. I paid $20,000 for that ring. I paid $30,000 for that wedding ring, or I paid $1 million to that ring. You don't put conditions on something that you love, meaning that the Cowboys organization and franchise, and there's no one that can out-debate me on this. You don't say, well, you better win now because I gave you $40 million. You better win now because I paid you your money, right? That's like a backhand compliment, right? I gave you something in return, so now you better give it to me back. You don't do those things. And if you think I'm lying, try to throw that into your lady's face. You better lay down with me tonight because I put down $30,000 for that wedding ring. And see how far that would go. You better do this and do that, tied with conditions. You see, the Cowboys are the only organization and franchise that do those type of things and go with it. And the 4-ladder, the 3-ladder, the any ladder network, it go over their head, right? And they only look at this and that and what have been done since this and that. Law, do you have any truth to this? Yes. Colin Cowherd go on his show, right, and said that Dak Prescott don't win against winning teams. But he only relegated to Dak Prescott and Kirk Cousins. But I got some news for you. Justin Herbert is 1-7 versus winning teams. did he utter those words, right? Even Aaron Rodgers is 36-48 against winning teams. So if you start to do your homework and start looking at it on every aspect of it, most quarterbacks are below 500 versus winning teams. Even your boy that beat us, the short guy, what's his name? At the tip of my tongue, Kyle Murray. He's 3-11 versus winning teams. Put that down. 3-11. Excuse me, did Kyler Murray get his money, get his coins, get his bags? But people don't do their homework. They listen to the big networks and they take it and they utter and they spit that back to me. Like I don't do my research. I can't make this stuff up. Now, Josh Allen, he's still below. He's still below 500 versus winning teams as well. But I get it. I get it. Those guys are class personified. Those guys are top shelf. Those guys are unbelievable on the field. But it crazed me that Justin Herbert, when you actually do your homework, the dude is 1-7 versus winning teams. Never been to the playoffs, but considered elite. I can't make this stuff up.
If players play at a level to where you've got people debating how are you using them with their skills or as to who ought to be out there and who are not when they're playing at that level, that's positive.
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel that same way? I'm just kind of curious. I know we're going way back. You feel that same way back in the day about Romo when he was watching Dak's progress along the way back in 2016?
Well, of course I did. I was in awe that after Romo got hurt, we were all in the tank, and then Dak steps out there at preseason game again in Los Angeles in the Coliseum, and boy, he throws that ball down there on the back shoulder, and Dez gets it, or whoever caught it, and our whole team was out on that field, 15 yards out on the field. Michael Irvin, I said, did you see that play at Prescott? And Michael said, I don't know about saw it, yes, but what I'm looking at is that team's 15 yards out on the field, everybody rooting for him. They're behind him so much. So that is really a wonderful thing to see. And so if it had been a game or two games and Romo had been back out there, it might have been a different story. Because Romo still had it, make no mistake about it. He had it, and he had it in a way that could win it all. And look what happened. Dak got his opportunity. He took it and ran with it to all of our benefit. He's one of the top handful of quarterbacks there are. And so all of that is what happens sometime. And that was the context that we were talking about that, and everybody around there knew it.
And, you know, like, it would be awesome if the table was set for Dak to walk in, but you really would ultimately want Dak to come back in, not miss a beat, as long as everything's going along with winning, right?
Absolutely, especially with the difference. Let's get the difference in the Romo thing. I spent a lot of time yesterday
Two different conversations, but go ahead with it, Jim.
Here with Romo as the quarterback. And again, one of my biggest shortcomings ever, one of them, of many, is to have had Romo and not won a Super Bowl.
Bull sugar, bull sugar. Oh, my gosh, man. That's bull sugar. Why, Lord, why is it bull sugar? You knew in the back of your mind that Jason Garrett was just Jason Garrett. And if my guy Jay Form is in the house, man, I'm not trying to put knives in Jason Garrett back, but you had to know in your mind that this dude really, he was learning on the fly, learning to be a coach. And then finally when he got that chance and opportunity to excel at being a coach, it was time for him to go. Jason Garrett, we were still talking about growing pains with Jason Garrett in 2015, 2017. 2018. You know, this dude was here since 2007. Remnants of Jason Garrett is still here to this day. And on top of that, Cowboy Nation, we are hearing the same song and dance even with Kellen Moore. Don't you guys know, lo and behold, that this is Kellen Moore's 4th year ever calling plays. Last year was his 3rd. The year before that was his 2nd and 1st, and we were expecting to win a Lombardi trophy. This Super Bowl being the best of the best. Look, people fail to realize you can have all of the talent in the world, but if you give it to a child that don't know how to drive, like let's say if I have a Porsche 911 and I give it to a child that's 6 and 7 years of age, it's going to be scuffs, it's going to be wreckage, it's going to be things that child don't know how to use and utilize with that Porsche 911. Those are not falsehoods. Those are truth. So the whole era with Tony Romo, of course, a major part of it was us trying to fight out of the contracts, the horrible contracts that we had. And then on the back end, when we finally got the things in order, we went away from it. I kid you guys not. Tony Romo, best season ever in 2014. The very next year, you get rid of the Offensive Player of the Year on that team. You destruct and you dismiss a lot of things as it relates to continuity. And bam, one thing happened after the other. But it started right before that, because if I can really go back into the past, one can argue that, dog it, if we had somebody on that defensive side of the coin to create pressure, to put things in place on the opposite side of the opposing side of the team, we would have been in better shape. We couldn't get a gimpy Aaron Rodgers off the field. The man had one leg in that playoff game. In 2014, we couldn't put no pressure on that brother. Oh, DeMarcus Ware wasn't available to play for us. So that, my friend, it goes all the way down to these type of things. So if you say that, hey, man, my biggest upsetting moment is that I didn't get a chance and an opportunity to have to allow Tony Romo to get to the Super Bowl and beyond, you had it. There's no salary cap as it relates to coaching. All right, my guy, Mr. Wright Edgewan says, bruh, Coop about to get a backup quarterback, a starting job next year. Dude is amazing, Law. Flat out amazing. Been telling people Coop is a made man. Yeah, he's a made man. Coop did his job last night, and every throw we was crying, every catch that he caught. And then I'm glad. Look, some of the ones I was like, yes, man, so it won't pull down too bad on us. But yeah, you speaking the truth.
But the point is that we're not talking about that much time here. Dak is already out there going through the motions. I'm hopeful that he'll be there. That's another thing that people have gotten out of context here about predicting that he can get back or not get back. And all of that's conversation. Mm-hmm. All of that is what is the interest in what we're doing, the team. All of that's positive. But the difference specifically is that Dak here has just a matter of, if you will, now a week or two, as opposed to an extended period of time when Romo and Dak were in this same situation.
So, Jerry, it's interesting because I love, you've said this multiple times.
Time. It takes time sometimes, and it's been 27 years, Cowboy Nation. I know the warden is speaking from a perspective of, hey, Dak got time and is dwelling away basically, but he will be back in time. Number one, it takes 6 to 8 weeks for that hand to heal completely, or whatever fracture or broken bone. It's going to take a minute, baby. He's not going to be ready this week or next week. I don't care how they sell it to you. It's not like, football is not a contact sport. In your hands, yes, the hands heal faster than any bone on the body or any parts of the body. I get all of that. But the reality of it, if you rush it, then you may be putting back into the same situation, the same sinkhole we were in 2015. They rushed Tony Romo out there. Yes, he got us a win against the Miami team or what have you in the monsoon. But then the following week, not even a full week because it was a short week, they put that brother out there against the Carolina Panthers, and a third of the Cowboy Nation was saying, see, oh, that's Tony Ono. That's Tony turnovers. Y'all remember, right? His number one wide receiver in that game was Luke Kuechly. Interception left and right. You don't want to do that to your quarterback and leave that taste in your mouth, right? So let Cooper Rush do his thing. Let's all rally behind Cooper Rush. Let him hold it down and continue to put the pressure or apply the pressure or push and pee on Kellen Moore to do a legitimate game plan so that we can win. That should be the situation. And they're right, DeMario, appreciate you. Martinez, thank you. C. Burleson, thank you. Mickey, thank you. He remembered Tony turnovers. But y'all get what I'm saying, right?
It was about Tony Romo, and you put it on yourself saying, I just didn't make the right decisions to give him the best opportunity to win the Super Bowl. What specifically were those decisions that we're not sitting here 5 to 7 years from now with Dak Prescott saying, hey, I didn't do enough for Dak?
What about those decisions as it might relate to Dak? I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question.
So you say, hey, I put it on me. The reason Romo's not a Super Bowl champion is I did not do a good enough job as a general manager. I failed him. What were those failures so we don't see those same failures 5 to 7 years from now? Saying you repeat that same sentence, but you just change Romo's name for Dak's name.
Get your damn act together.
Wow. Jerry, hey, pump the brakes down.
We're going to have a good visit, but settle down just a little bit. I don't have the patience to jack with you today.
Jerry, why you switch it up like that, man?
Well, that's a good question. That is a good question. And we've really, with Dak, we've really emphasized the offensive line. We've had one of the best offensive line. He's played behind one of the best offensive line there is in football the last several years. I like what we've had for him at running back.
Wait. Tyron Smith was drafted in the Romo era. If my memory served me correct. Zach Martin, that's Romo. He was drafted in the Romo era, right? I mean, come on, man. He's still here. Shout out to Zach Martin. Travis Frederick was in the Romo era, which spilled over to the Dak Prescott era. And yes, those guys were there. And of course, one of the craziest thing of it all, Ezekiel Elijah Elliott, the man, the guy that's going to give you those necessary dirty yards, who put the team on his back, especially year one. I still think that he should have been rookie of the year, what have you. The award shouldn't have been split. It should have went to him, but I get it. The quarterback get all of the fame. I get all of that, right? But when we really look into this, the offensive line have not been healthy since 2015, baby. For those who really been diving into this, right? Like, let's be real. It's been mixed pieces around. My guy got hit with the immune disease or what have you. That happened literally in Dak Prescott's third year ever playing the game. And the shambles with the NFL in 2017 was pretty much all on Ezekiel Elliott, right? Like, come on the field, off the field, and everybody was pointing at Ezekiel Elliott, an innocent man. You can't find a mugshot of the man. You can't find an arrest report. You can't find anything of him being detained and gone to jail. Let me knock on some wood. But you can't find none of that on Ezekiel Elliott. But the dude was suspended for 6 games. Whereas I can literally go into the NFL database, right? Type in arrest reports, and you will literally see people arrested for handguns, arrested for driving 120 miles in a kid zone, right? And playing the next day. Literally, there was a guy that played for the New York Giants, them beat down his wife, locked her up in a hotel room. And he was eligible to play, but until the backflash or the backlash, I meant to say, then they said, you know what, we would go ahead and suspend this guy. The NFL been in shambles for the last 6 to 7 years with those policies of unfair treatment. Oh my God, let's go listen to the rest of this, boy. I can't make this stuff up.
I like what we've had for him at receiver. And so the supporting cast, probably a little less his first 3 years on defense, but you can't have it all. You cannot do it all. You've got to give up someplace. But now then we've got a defense that should do a great job of balancing the attack or balancing the game, field position, and those areas. So, it's a whole concept. It's a special teams weapon that can give you some field position at the right time, turpentine, that type of thing. Those are supporting things that really say, well, Jerry, that's just makeup of team. No, it's supporting your quarterback, or it's asking your quarterback to play above short.
Stop it, Jerry. Turpentine was an undrafted, now he's a rookie free agent, right? Undrafted rookie free agent that was put on this team. Marvelous thing during the preseason, right? But he has yet to be proven. And I'm not saying that he don't have the abilities to do such. But if you going out here saying that turpentine for your mind is an extra additive for the quarterback and not going out here and grabbing a known commodity like a Jarvis Landry, or even like when it was time to go grab a DK Metcalf for a second or maybe a third-round draft pick, and the only thing that you can go back on to say, yeah, I gave tools for said quarterback, was in 2018 after the Cowboys started 3-5 that year. We had an aging Dez Bryant, and I'm not throwing any salt at my guy Dez Bryant. I would tell you guys, true and true, I think that Dez Bryant would have been better if he went to a quarterback similar to Tony Romo, especially at his time and height of his career. He was on the latter part of his career by the time Dak Prescott started throwing the ball. The dude was still trying to learn. He was developing quarterback, not like Dak Prescott was a first-round talent. If you think I'm lying, how long did Jared Goff last for his team? Or how long did Carson Wentz last for his team? Huh? Those guys were first-round draft picks. And they got paid they got their first-round draft coins, whatever they were selected at. They got that money. They went through that life of contract and got a second contract before Rain Dakota Prescott got his, right? So they got paid twine before Dak Prescott got his one check. To contextualize it, that's crazy that by the time Dak Prescott got his first check, they done already experienced millions and millions upon millions of dollars pouring out of the sky. But that's a story of another day. The Dallas Cowboys neglected that spot. Law, do you have any truth to this? Well, look at Justin Herbert. I don't think that he played a career without Keenan Allen. Mike Williams, he had them from the jump. From the jump, Keenan Allen. Mike Williams. Oh, Law, do you have any more truth to this? Hey, Joe Burrows, who looking like a shell of himself, by the way. Oh, he got Jamar Chase, who he already had relations with from LSU. T. Higgins and those boys. The time to develop from that. Oh, Josh Allen. When did Josh Allen emerge? When they got Diggs, right? Come on, baby. Look, it would be a different story in a situation and scenario, in a conversation, so that I can wrap this thing up together so everybody can understand. It would be a whole different type of situation if Josh Allen is doing that without Diggs, right? Come on, man. If he was just doing that with just the weapons that he have without Diggs, it would be a whole nother situation. I'd be like, yeah. I'm not even going to talk about Pat Mahomes. Man, the dude got money in his name. But you can really look back at it and say, man, Tyreek Hill, he ain't nobody to sneeze at. Law, do you have any truth to that? Look what Tyreek Hill is doing now for Tua. And when you go back and watch the game, even Jalen Waddle is eating because of Tyreek Hill is eating, you know? So it is what it is. Megatron and Stafford, yeah, he did. Yeah, Megatron. You know, let me pull this up since you mentioned Matthew Stafford, and I trusted my brain power, but I don't have that much brain power. To this day, Matthew Stafford, even after coming off of a Super Bowl run, he is a .132 against winning teams. And what helped him was last season. Out of 83 games that he played against winning teams, Matthew Stafford overall win to loss ratio, 11 wins to 72 losses. I can't make this stuff up. That's Matthew Stafford, ladies and gentlemen, a Super Bowl kind of caliber quarterback. You know, so he's 11 and 72. But somehow, some way, he went to a team that put Cooper Kupp around him. That when, of course, they already had Woods or what have you there. He got injured, but they already made the plans to have Odell Beckham Jr. So it is what it is, Cowboy Nation. I get it. Matthew Stafford, you know, some people love him, and shout out to him, Allen, Texas native. You know,
and that's what I'm trying not to do, and that switches around.
Now, when you talk about the potential supporting cast around Dak on both sides of the ball, I am kind of curious. Did you look at last night's game or maybe even the week before?
Now, come on, man. Don't disrespect Diggs like that, yo, machine. He said Josh Allen is still good without Diggs, but the team wouldn't be this successful without Diggs. Yeah, okay, good. I read it all. Of course, for a second, I only read the first part. I was like, wait a minute, don't disrespect Diggs like that. But I feel what you're saying. Let me see what Josh Allen win to loss ratio. He's .444, so he's 12 out of 27 games versus winning teams. He's 12 and 15. I would take that all the way to the bank. You know, Josh Allen, I do like his moxie and his arm power. I like to say this, Brian Daboll, who helped him out tremendously now, who's with the Giants, what have you. I think that chemistry and the way they worked and got things together, it's a good situation for them. And I really hope that Josh Allen continue to excel. But appreciate you, Ill. Yeah. Allen reminds me of a prime Cam Newton. No, man. Cam Newton, shout out to him, man. You know, but I think that Allen, man, the way he got touch with his throws. Cam can launch it. But he didn't have that touch. But Cam could run. Cam needed defense. Cam needed defense, and he needed a strong running game. It's a formula with Cam Newton. But I don't see Josh Allen and Cam in the same room. But I can tell you the way they run the ball, I can see where you're going with that, right? All right, so let's go here. Let's listen to more of this. Boy, we have y'all okay?
And you look at what Amari Cooper did, and you think, maybe that was not the way to go.
Well, Amari Cooper would. The issue with Amari Cooper was how much we were paying him, and what we could do with that money. Completely. And Amari Cooper is a good, a real good player, top player.
Jerry, you don't have to lie to kick it, baby. Jerry, what you could do with the money? We sat on $23 million, right? And the only reason we got it down for a little bit, I think we got like $12 million now.
Shut up!
Jerry, let me make sure. Maybe I'm off today, man. Let me rewind, man.
The issue with Amari Cooper was how much we were paying him, and what we could do with that money. Completely. And Amari Cooper was.
Jerry, what you do with that money, baby? Look, hold on, let me rewind. I could be off, man. I could be hearing things that I'm not supposed to hear. You know what I'm saying?
Another one.
Let's play it again, Jerry. Come on, baby.
Well, Amari Cooper would. The issue with Amari Cooper was how much we were paying him, and what we could do with that money.
Now, so the cocaine's happening. When does that crack come into play for you?
Jerry, man, Law, this chat room knows all we ask is to hit that like button. We have 343 people in here and only 98 likes, man. Makes no sense, man. If you guys are not listening to Sadiqa, the ladies of the law, if y'all ain't listening to her, man, come on.
Shame.
That's just sad.
Shame. Shame.
It's just sad. I appreciate you so much for your love. Jerry been shuffling when asked direct questions. He's like Vince McMahon, old, out of touch, man. Yeah, man. So, man, Jerry, man, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on.
Shut up!
Jerry, man, come on.
Completely. And Mark Cooper is a good, a real good player, top player. And should be able to be on any team there is in the NFL. But do you want to allocate that much money to it, or do you have that much allocation, or would you rather have a better offensive line? Would you rather have a better pass rush?
Who did we go out here and grab outside of Jason Peters? Who we went and grabbed after Tyron Smith twisted up his ham, the meat falling off the bone, with all of this money, saving $10 million. Now, that was a good situation moving on from La'el Collins, because we seen La'el Collins, but we could have fleeced the Cincinnati Bengals for that. And a better pass rush. Excuse me, didn't we skip on Von Miller? Didn't you guys hear me banging on the table saying that Von Miller and Parsons would be a legitimate cheat code? Now, granted, Dorrance Armstrong, he wasn't asking for a lot of money. The market wasn't declaring and decreeing that they're going to break the bank for Dorrance Armstrong, baby. And the whole thing with Dante Fowler, you could have picked that man up for some Skittles and a bag of chips. Yeah, I promise you, especially due to the allegation that he had that I'm not finna echo this offseason, right? So, wait a minute. And I'm not being prisoner of the moment. I'm not saying that Amari Cooper was perfect and flawless while he was here. But dog it, when you listen to the last night game, they said Amari Cooper do so much more to the team that goes unseen. Let's look at this play. He does a clear out pattern. It moves defensive backs around. They shuffling defensive backs around to account for Amari Cooper, allowing some guy by the name of Jones, whatever his name, to be open, right? They use Amari Cooper in this fly route or this pattern to get the tight end open, for crying out loud. So it's more to what we can see. It's the intangible things that you get out of Amari Cooper. And I seen a third of the people under my comments was said, hey, watch, man, he's going to check out down the line. Just be ready, and don't worry about Amari Cooper. We got Noah Brown right now. Come on, baby. Yeah, that ain't the same. And shout out to Noah Brown. I'm not discounting Noah Brown, but he ain't no Amari Cooper, baby. And the first thing the Cleveland Browns did was say, thank you. We'll give you a 5th-round draft pick. You can do whatever you want. The day that they got Amari Cooper, they renegotiated his contract, put the money toward the front end, and saved money on the back end and said, hey, we absorbed most of that money, and now we got it for all of those years. Like the Cowboys couldn't do the same. Jay Versick, Dr. Coach / GM / owner, president, marketer. Jerry Jones can't figure out who needs to speak out of his titles. Jerry, man, Jerry. We love Jerry, though. We absolutely love Jerry Jones. I don't think I would be live right now, going live on this YouTube page and this Facebook page if it wasn't for Jerry today. Let's go. Let's listen to more.
Had you rather? You can't have it all, man. You can't have it all.
Let the L.A. Rams speak.
I'll never forget the very first meeting I had with a media person after I bought the Cowboys. They flew back to the home where I was living in Arkansas after I bought the team.
Right.
And I was on a jet plane. And a 5-year-old Bronco picked me up at the plane, muddy. And the guy gets off and said, this makes no sense. A muddy 5-year-old Bronco and you're flying in a jet. What's wrong with that picture? I said, it's perfect sense. You drive a 5-year-old Bronco to get a jet. You can't have it all.
You still have that Bronco, Jerry?
It may be down at one of these hunting clubs someplace. We don't we don't get rid of too many of those ones that can still putter around. Plus, got memories in it. Now that one had a lot of memories. I had a lot of fun in that Bronco on the prairies of Arkansas.
Jerry, you're headed up to New York, and it seems like a 50-50 game when you go to New York, 50% Cowboy fans in the stands. I was wondering from 1989, I know there's been Cowboy fans around the country ever since you bought the team, but what city has changed the most into more of a Cowboy stadium than it was in 1989, 1990?
Boy, I don't know that we've gained on it at all in the stadium.
All right, that's enough for Jerry, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Just want to get those talking points out the way. Let's do this. First and foremost, look at the injury report. And of course, this is subject to change. Let me see if I can get subject to change. It's the injury report. Of course, we see Michael Gallup. He's questionable. Schultz, I don't think that he's going to play, but he's listed questionable. Ron Kearse, I think he's out. Of course, James Washington, he's on injury reserve, so he's not going to play. And, of course, I know you guys have a heart attack a little bit here. And Michael Parsons, he's trying to get back out there. He's under the weather due to allergies and things like that. I wish I could send him some Tolavid or something, some black seed oil. That would help him out tremendously. I hope all is well with him. A young guy, I think that at his age, a cold shouldn't last no more than 2 days, 1 or 2 days. If he's eating the right nutrition, getting the right electrolytes, fluids back in his body, getting the right proper sleep and meditation, he should shake off a cold or any allergies within 2 days. 3 days is the max. And if so, he owes some push-ups. But he should be back and ready by Monday. If a cold lasts that long, from, he first initially had it Tuesday night, Wednesday, and if it lasts all the way to Monday, his immune system is jacked, but he should be able to get things going. Let me know, guys. Let me know. Some moonshine and OJ, or he gets some in his hand. That will really destroy that cold. Or some of that Don Julio my brother had the other day. Kadarius Toney, he's questionable. Leonard Williams, I talked to a Giants guy yesterday. And I think that he said that he will be out. Kayvon Thibodeau, he will be making some football moves out there on Monday night. And, I think that he will be out there. Another person that's on this list will be Ojolari. I think he will be playing, and Aaron Robinson, I think he's out, so that's the injury report right here. I just hope all is well with those boys. I talked to a guy named Jump Boy. Y'all heard of Jump Boy Media? Shout out to them, Jump Boy Media. I will be on their episode, I believe, Monday. So check them out Monday, and you'll see my information there. So check them out, Jump Boy. I think they are big in New York area. So check them out, Jump Boy Sports. Big sports deal there. So it is what it is. And here are our leaders for this particular game. You got Cooper Rush versus Danny Dimes, right? That's what they call him, Danny Dimes. For right now, for the season, he's 26 for 44, 299 yards and 1 touchdown. That's our quarterback. That's our QB1 for now, according to Mike McCarthy. And Jones, he's 39 for 55 for 364 yards. That's stretched out over 2 games. 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. And their leading rusher for right now is Saquon Barkley. So far, he's 39 attempts for 236 yards and 1 touchdown. And our leading leader for rushing is Ezekiel Elijah Elliott, 25 carries for 105 yards and no touchdowns. The wide receiver group, they got James, 10 reception for 110. He's a sneaky wide receiver. He's been the wide receiver that catches the ball underneath and been doing his thing. And then Noah Brown is our leading wide receiver so far, 10 receptions, 159 yards, and 1 touchdown stretched out of 2 games there. So those are our leaders right there, Cowboy Nation. And everybody's pretty much counting us out once again. Last week, it was atrocious. It was terror. It was terror all around because we had only a slight chance to win the game, like 26% chance to win the game. I think they had like the Bengals like 86, 87, 89. It kept rattling around that area. Well, the Cowboys versus the Giants is still the same almost. They are giving us a 44.2% chance to win the game. 0.6 for a tie. So all in favor of the New York Giants, 55.2. We are the underdogs. And speaking of underdogs, I don't mind being the underdog. I love being the underdog. But matter of fact, give me the underdog spot. I'll take it. I'll run it all the way to the bank because that underdog got teeth, baby. I want us to be the underdog every day, every single game. And meaning that they give us a little flavor here and there, even when it comes down to penalties. And speaking of that, you see the underdog link there? Put money on the line. I'd love to put $100 in your account right now. If you go and signed up, we'll match up to $100. Use promo code LAW, L-A-W, and you yourself can win some underdog coins. Let's go with it. So shout out to the underdog. They will match up to $100. So appreciate them all the way. And let's talk about this. Where did they come up with these type of numbers? Where did they come up with this type of information? Well, I can tell you right now, here are the matchups. All right, so teams lined up side by side. Points per game, average out for right now is 11.5. The New York Giants average 20 points a game. That's pretty good. That puts them a little bit ahead of us. Points allowed, we both only allow 18 points. Okay? Total yards per game is right at 305.5 for our Cowboys and 352.5 for the New York Giants. the average passing yards per game. We are winning in that category now. Yay, yay. Come on, baby. We winning in that category now. We are absolutely winning. And that puts you at 216 yards per game and, of course, 182. Yards rushing, they are kicking our butts. We are averaging 89, and they are averaging 170. And the yards allowed, they are neck and neck, 326, 325. So I truly believe that we're going to get those numbers down. I truly believe that we can get everything back in the right perspectives. Leon, Leon, we got a chance, baby. We got a chance, baby. We got a chance. I'm not worried about it at all. Appreciate you. King Element says, aren't we technically favored since it's a negative 2.5? Let me see. We're +1 on the spread. Money line is -115 for the Giants. You may be on to something, but I would still put us as the underdog as it relates to the way they got this predictometer. I would say if you're betting, you put your money up, shoot. They giving the home team a 3 point. So King Element, yeah. I mean, you on to something. King Element is on to something over there, man. Speaking of that, then, let's do this then. Let's open up the phone lines. Maybe we can call. Maybe you guys can call in, and we can get things going the best way possible from there.
There is one other participant in the conference.
Let's do this.
Please announce yourself.
Let's announce yourself from the 972. You're live, baby.
Good afternoon, Law Nation.
What's good with you, man? Talk to me,
What
man.
What up, man?
What's up, dog?
What up, man? Hey, I just got one quick note. Shout out to Skywalker Steel, Voch Lombardi, and shout out to you, Law Nation, the hardest working Cowboys content creators. You know, there's so many more. With the Kings, I can go on and on, but I know y'all make the YouTube community thrive, man.
Oh yeah.
So you know, I gotta give you your flowers. So one quick thing I found out. I don't know if Professor Zoe in this chat, but third downs. I think Professor found out, but we are ranked last in the league in 24%. So if we want to see this offense, you know, go forward, we have to put ourselves in better positions on third downs, and especially this game. You know, if you really want these Giants to play at your tempo, we got to play up ahead. Because if you're making Daniel Jones throw the ball, 50 times, 45 times, it's a wrap. You know, it's in the bag. It's in the bag. So I feel if we can put ourselves in these positions to finish the drives with points, most importantly, field goals or touchdowns. I love touchdowns, Law. Who doesn't?
Right.
I feel like if you can put the foot on the throat on these Giants, they're gonna show their true colors. And Daniel Jones, well, I mean, he ain't no Cooper Rush, but damn, I mean, he was drafted into the first round. So I mean, there you go, you're Giants, bro. But that's it, Law. That's all I have to say.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you adding that to my mind right there. Shout out to Skywalker, Voch, and my guy with all of that information. That is some good information, Professor O, with that good information, especially being ranked dead last on that category. Offensive leaders right now, the offensive leaders are Philadelphia Eagles, Miami Dolphins, Buffalo Bills, Detroit Lions, and Kansas City Chiefs. The average yard per game is 470, and then the defensive, what are defensive? Let me go to defensive leaders. They have San Francisco, Buffalo, Denver, the New England Patriots, and Tampa. And those are your yards allowed. They go by yards allowed. So let me see where we are at on that complete list. And we got to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So on yards allowed, we are like the 6th ranked defense. So those are things that we would have to contextualize there, especially it's only been 2 games too. And it's good. It's good to know that, you got areas to improve at. You got areas where you need to work on at. Oh, I see our Cowboys. We are 4th. We are 4th on sacks right here. And that's remarkable because we know for sure that the Pittsburghs and the Cleveland, they already played their 3rd game. So I'm quite sure, if I'm a betting man, I'm quite sure that we will be giving Buffalo and Tampa a run for their money as it relates to being the top team in sacks. It's good to see this right here. Turnovers, there's a 3-way tie for 3rd place out of the Buffalo, Eagles, and the Steelers. And then we have the Jaguars with 5 turnovers as well as the Bucks with 4. So we got some improvement to do. And I'm going to say this once again. You do not want to peak in September nor October, right? I got money on the line. Chris, 214, you live.
Hey, what's going on, Law?
Nothing to it, man. Talk to me, man. You back at work, huh?
Hey, man, I just...
I heard that
I'm
phone.
going to have to call back later. Hello, man. I'll call back a little later.
All right, bro. Man, I love him, man. He at work calling in, baby. He go to work. 808, you live from the 614, man.
Yes, sir. I'm at work, too, man. Dog, I'm running this shot.
Oh, okay. You run. Yeah, nothing to it with it. Man, what you got for it, man?
Hey, man, all you Cowboy fans, if y'all don't shut up about Cooper Plush arm, if y'all don't stop,
You gonna start a riot up in here now? Come on, Montana.
Hey, I'm known for inciting riots. I love it. But I'm going to just keep it all the way honest. How can anyone say that man is better at anything than Dak when Dak outright beat this guy in the quarterback battles way before he got paid? Every single year. This dude went to the Giants. You can outperform Daniel Jones? But he can come back to Dallas and outperform Dak Prescott.
Man, you done threw a hand grenade over here, man. And I thought we were having a good time. I thought we were having a good conversations, man.
Yeah, we is. I just want to leave it at that. I just want that to hit everybody's noggin.
Yeah.
But outside of that, man, look, man, this defense about to show the world to stop crowning people for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like we did last year. Remember when they crowned them Panthers? Oh my God, the Panthers are back.
And
Dallas walked in there and was like, man, shut up, man. These dudes is easy work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, this is a division rival. Like, these dudes know each other. You know what I'm saying? Only the rookies don't know how these two teams play.
Right.
But people who played last year, the year before, who's been with these teams for quite some time now, they know what's going on.
They know the facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I said, man, I still got it a low-scoring game. It's going to be less than 40. I got Dallas winning 20-10.
Okay.
Maher comes in the clutch again, get that late field goal, and put the game away.
Put it away, man. Put it away. Yeah, I don't know what I did with my
that's
pen,
all I
but
gotta say, man.
I appreciate you.
Cowboys and everybody stop playing my man Dak Prescott. He the GOAT.
Yes, it is. My guy Montana, man. Good stuff, man. Good stuff from Montana. Y'all check him out. He'll be in the chat defending his statement there. All right, so I got my guy, my brother. It's law of the land now. We got landlord, baby.
What's happening? Law?
Nothing to it, Chief. Talk to me, man. What you got on your mind?
Not much, man. I feel like the mainstream media is setting up my boy Cooper Rush, man. They want to see him fail. they know he reading the press clippings just like we is.
Right.
They want to pump his head up a little too much, and hope on the Cowboys downfall. Man, I hope he just stay focused and just do his job like he been doing. Don't get too carried away.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He been doing good, and just let him rock. Because a lot of people, they want to stir up the pot and get them clicks out the Cowboys, man.
Oh, yeah.
We already know how this operate. You know what I'm saying? Jerry right there fueling the fire. So I ain't really worried about all that Cooper Rush and Dak stuff, man. They just want to flood the airways. You know how they get down.
It's on every talking. I can go click on YouTube. It's on
I just wanted to
every
that,
talking
man. I ain't
point.
want to talk to you, talk your head off. What you think about?
Well, my thing is, hey, this game right here, this should be still a defensive type of game. I look at the Giants. They got something to prove.
Hello?
Although their first two games, they could easily be 0-2, but they 2-0. And that momentum is everything. I'll be crazy to say otherwise.
Hello?
Yep. You hear me? Landlord, you all right? Landlord. Call back, man. But you guys get what I'm saying. Like, I feel what my guy 808 said, and I feel what my guy Landlord is saying. Look, the best thing for Cooper Rush to do is to say, hey, man, I'm taking this opportunity one day at a time. For right now, I'm the starting quarterback. This is a beautiful moment for me to prove that I am the quarterback. And then he continued to go through his reads, go through his progressions, right? And hit the targets and continue to win. We want Cooper Rush to win. I'm rooting for Cooper Rush. Unlike some Cowboy fans who will root for a quarterback not to be successful, right? I'm rooting for this guy. And I hope that this guy can continue to elevate his game. I got my guy MJ from the 206. You live.
Whatever, Law. What's the word, brother?
What's the word, man? You good?
Yeah, I'm at the give me a car service, oil change.
Oil change, okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Gotta get that oil change.
I've been listening. Hey, like I say, between sound defense, sound run defense, don't do too much.
Right.
Don't try to be a hero on both sides, and call the right play call for Cooper Rush, because they're gonna play that. They like to play that zone, and then they'll blitz.
Right.
And then that's when you catch them. So we do that, we got a good chance of putting that whooping on. Because they're going to try to throw screens on us. They're going to try to set our rush up with some screens, and I know Dan Quinn know that. So if we do that, we got a good chance of winning this game. I think if we play sound football, don't get cute with Cooper Rush, and we can win 17-9 or 24-9.
24-9,
yeah. So all I want to say, Cowboy fans, stop with the foolishness. I want him to. I was going to tell you. Remember when we made the last Super Bowl, Berline won 4 games for us when Troy Aikman was out. So we just hope Cooper Rush could win 4 games, and then we good. Then Dak come, and don't try to make them throw 40 times. Run the same offense, that play action, that make Dak Prescott dangerous. So that's all we need to do.
Appreciate you, Marv. Appreciate you, Marv, man. Appreciate you, man. Yes,
Always.
indeed. This is my guy, Marv, man, MJ. So getting his oil chain and trying to keep his car afloat. You don't wait until the oil turn into sludge, right? You go ahead and get that stuff up out of there. And he did that. And the hotline for your mind, 657-390-7391. That's the hotline. King Element says Magic City Mall. Appreciate him for that. Magic City Mall. That boy, you crazy, man.
It's Mr. Nasty time.
The CS3M. Are you worried that the Cowboys will go back to lazy play calling when Prescott come back? Better to have injuries now so we can have our best later. Yeah, it's good. It goes back to the conversational piece where Steve Young said that Dak Prescott could learn from Cooper Rush. Now, my thing is that's a two-folded answer there, or two-folded suggestion. That's a better way to say it. It's not just Dak Prescott. It's the entire team. The formula: run the ball to open up the pass. Run the ball to open up the pass, not pass to open up the run. And when you're saying throwing with anticipation, well, you can't throw with anticipations when it's a cover 4 quarters defense and you got people sitting in the zone. So those things right there, you run them up out of that look, get them to play the single high safety look or disguise cover 3, and then you can really dictate where you want to go with the ball or dictate what the team is trying to do, because now they got to be respectful of the run. That's why when people, have you ever heard the saying, make the defense play honest, right? Meaning that, hey, I'm dictating what the defense is going to do as far as the alignment and assignment. I'm going to make sure that I get 8 man in the box because we gashing you with the run, and now my play action is effective. Go back and watch this touchdown. Go back and watch. Let me see if I can pull it up right quick. Yes, indeed. Let me see if I can pull it up. Y'all bear with me. We're going to go back and watch this touchdown that Noah Brown got down with, baby. Yeah. Bam. That's the 4th and 2 play, by the way. Good read. Good drop right down in the bucket. But this play is available. Why? They crashed down on Zeke. You saw all 4 of them. They all crashed down on Zeke. How did you get there? Oh, by running the ball. Play action works when you run the ball. It makes everything open. Look, watch how people crash down. They crashed down. Why? They wanted to stop the run. And we hit them with the touchdown. That's 7 points, baby. So that's how you got to do that. It's no way around it, Cowboy Nation. Those are the facts. And the reality of it, the Cowboys tried to turn Dak Prescott into something that he's not. And I'm going to say it once again. He's not a guy that you want to throw 30 to 35 times, 40 times in a game. He's a guy that you would like to see hand the ball off, set up the play action, and then he will galvanize and cash you with his reads and his form of playing. That is the best. That is the best way to pursue with Dak Prescott. And on top of that, the dude played 86 games. Right? 86 games. That's a lot of games. So that's your starting quarterback. That's who he is. I got another caller on from the 903. Lady Jessica, you're live. Talk to me.
Hello, how are you?
Great, like Tony the Tiger.
That's good. Hi, everybody. What's going on with that, Law? What they talking about?
Oh, well, Dak, far as what Mike McCarthy said, he is the QB1. But Jerry Jones said he would like to see Dak Prescott and Cooper Rush with a little quarterback dilemma. That was the conversational piece. But I was saying that Dak played 86 games. Cooper Rush played 2 games.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right.
They better back up that. Don't get me started.
Yeah, I ain't going to get you started.
Like no, I'm talking about them. I know you're not you. But like I said on yesterday, I'm looking for them to go out there and play bully ball. I'm looking for them to go out there and play one team, one sound, and work together as one, and let's go win this game. Praying for Dak's speedy recovery as usual. And anybody else that's sick, I saw everybody saying pray for Michael Parson. Then I heard what you said. I came in.
Yeah, he got a cold. You know, Michael Parsons got that cold. He got to shake that off. He'll be ready by Monday, though.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll be ready by Monday.
I'm just looking for our boys to go out there and play hard and do what they got to do, what they getting paid for to do. Go play football and win their game. Beat the Giants. I know I said yesterday 30-0.
Yep. I got you down.
But
so
I was told it can't be 30-0. It got to be 31-0. But anyway, or either it could be 41-0 or 40-0. Like I said, I just want them to go out there and beat it. And it's not, as long as they win.
Yeah. A win is a win. It could be 3-2. I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to put my victory jacket on, my shades, and I'm going to let it shine. I'm going to be like, shoot, we won this game ugly but deadly.
But we all know that they be before they got that, it was a lot said. They were saying that we would never have a black quarterback, which he is classified as a black man because his father's black, but his mom was Hispanic. So I don't like all that controversy stuff. People need to stop because God is love. Yeah. He made everybody. So all this foolishness needs to stop. But you can see who feel what way, and you can't overlook it when people go to talking crazy like they do in these chats. They go from chat to chat saying the same thing, and it's supposed to be about football. It's supposed to be about supporting your team. It's supposed to be about PVO. So I need everybody to be PVO. Stay positive. Don't get caught up in the gossiping as they do every year. Anytime when Dak went down before, they did the same thing. Remember that, guys? When he got his ankle hurt, they did the same thing with Cooper Rush and Dak. All this back and forth stuff. We don't have time for that. We need to just keep working well for our team and just support them and rep our team like we supposed to. All that fighting, arguing needs to stop.
No doubt.
Period.
No doubt.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them? Lady Jessica, y'all put your hands together for her. And y'all heard of what she said. Y'all just take heed to what she said. All right, so PVO. And we'll keep the lines open for a couple of more minutes. If you want to call in, it's 657-390-7391. That'll be the hotline on this beautiful Friday. And be sure to check out Underdogs, too. They are your fantasy team of choice. Just click the link in the description box to get your $100 once you match up to $100 and all of that good stuff. So be sure to check them out. So who remember this quarterback? This was the quarterback that we used to have back in the days. And my guy Jay Tuck says y'all wasn't around when they had him. Oh my gosh, man. Boy, we had some quarterbacks, baby. Let me see what else under this thread. Yeah, and y'all remember this quarterback? Yeah, y'all wasn't around for him. So it could be a situation, this scenario, that everything that you guys are complaining about, it could get worse, right? As it manifests itself into that. But the Cowboys era always been high on the backup quarterbacks. Somebody, look at that. You're right. Look at what we got to watch now. Yeah. So it is what it is. I love going down these little threads right here of showing the backup quarterbacks because everyone, Hutchinson, Brandon Weeden, Kyle Orton, everybody. I think I missed out on the super chat. I think I missed out on my guy Landlord. He says, I don't know what happened, but Rush just needs to keep doing his job, right? Keep his head down, stay off the internet, and just play ball. Law of the land, hashtag, baby. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to you so much, Landlord. Thank you, man. Thank you for that donation, man. Keep the lights on over here. Chris, he says, where/when is the Cowboys Experience? I'm trying to go. Not this weekend, but next weekend. Every home game, we have a unique and wonderful event. And I promise you, this next one, I want everybody to show up and show out because we're going to have a guy that was drafted in the first round. They're at the event. I can't name drop him yet. It's too soon. But he was drafted in the first round. And he will be there at the event. And this was less than 10 years, right? So it was less than 5 years. It was less than, so let me quit talking before you guys guess who he is, right? All right, so I got Queen from the 910. You live.
How about them Cowboys, Lo?
How about them, baby?
Yeah. I hate that, that we had that issue with Cowboys Experience this past game because if you're a fan, you're a fan. You say you're DC for life, you're DC for life.
Right.
I don't care if they was 0-17. I'm still a Cowboys fan. And
right.
That's on everything I love. Mm-hmm. I will still be a Cowboys fan. I got members of my family that, their lifestyle is different from what the lifestyle I live. I'm supposed to stop loving and caring for them and stop rooting for them just because they don't, do things outside of how I think it should be done, or they're, not as successful, or, they don't have certain things. No, I'm still going to love them. I'm going to still love my family, and I'm still always going to love the Cowboys. Win, lose, or tie, to the day I die. I will be a Cowboys fan, and I will love him. I don't care if it's Cooper Rush the quarterback. I don't care if it's Dak the quarterback.
Right.
I really don't care who it is. I don't care if how many interceptions and all this other kind of stuff. Do I want to win? Yes, I want them to win. Mm-hmm. Will I be devastated when we lose? Yes, I'm very much so devastated.
Right.
When we lose. But at the same time, I'm still a fan. I'm still going to support. I'm still going to be there till the day I die. And another thing, kudos to you, Law.
Appreciate you so much.
Because people call you, and it seems like they call you just to try to make it seem like you don't know what you're talking about, or you wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That thing just killed me, boy. Sometimes I wish I could just come through the phone line and jack their ass up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you handle them, though, because one thing I know about an Aquarius, and if you ever meet one, they not going to talk about shit that they don't know about.
You're right.
If
You owe the money.
If shit come out our mouth, we know exactly what the hell we are talking about. You can take that to the bank.
Break, baby. You can bank that one, baby. The Queen has spoken.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
and
indeed.
I appreciate you, and I love you. I ain't never laid eyes on you in person, but I love your spirit. I love your show, and I speak nothing but blessings over you and your wife and your family. And that's all I got.
Let them hang. I don't want to hear you say that from
Let
the heavens.
hang.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Queen Cowboys right there. That's the lady with the plan, baby. Ooh. Woo. Man, that type of energy, sure. She make me, because, as an Aquarius, we go with the flow. We're not that combative, but we do have a mean streak, though. Michael Jordan is Aquarius, I believe. We go with the flow. Y'all know how it goes, man. I'm not finna go into all of the the sign languages and everything. From the 979, what's on your mind, baby?
What's up, Law?
Good with you, man.
I want to talk about this QB dilemma that everybody's talking about.
Yeah.
My thing is, I want a quarterback that's going to lead us deep into the playoffs. That's really what I'm concerned about. You know what I mean?
Right.
If they can't win in the playoffs, then I don't want them here.
Right.
I think, and don't get me wrong, I think Dak's a great quarterback and all, but if he can't lead us into the playoffs, if there's going to be one and done every year,
right,
he got to go.
Got to go. He got to go. So when you say got to go, you got to have a contingency plan. Like, what would be your plan? Like, your 3-year plan, your 4-year plan. What's your 5-year plan? Like, is it year to year, or how do you actually contextualize that part of it?
Can you rephrase the question a little bit?
Yeah. So you said that if he can't lead your team to the playoff, he got to go, right? So
yes, sir.
So what would be your plan of actions on how you construct that, or how do you really put that into all context? Like, do you, because you've painted yourself into a corner by putting a no trade clause on them. You paid them the money, meaning that hey, you pretty much in the corner. It's Dak or bust at this point.
I mean, we got to ride him out, but I don't see why.
That will be into the year 2020, I believe, 5 or something like that. I mean, that's a long time. Right?
Oh yeah, we can stick with Dak until 2025. But if he don't lead us into deep into the playoffs before then, he got to go. Like, I don't see why we should re-sign him after 2025. Is basically what I'm saying. If he can't win us a playoff game.
But by the time year 2025, that's a long time. That's a long time from now.
You know, if Cooper Rush is the guy that wins us a playoff game or leads us deep into the playoffs, that's my guy. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's all about championships. It's not about what Jerry Jones is always saying. He always wants to make money off the team, and he sells us wolf tickets every year. Got rid of Amari Cooper.
Right.
I'm still mad about that.
I believe this team would be a whole lot better right now with Amari Cooper right now on this roster. But for right now, that's water under the bridge, of course.
But when Gallup gets back, I feel like he's going to be our number one receiver, and he's going to take off some of the pressure that CD's. Like they're not going to be able to triple cover CD like they've been doing. You know what I mean?
Right. So with that being said, the formula and the philosophy of this team of taking everything in the right direction have to be getting back to what the philosophy of winning games will be, and that's running the ball 25 to 26 attempts a game.
Oh, yeah.
The Cowboys are plus 500 team with that, huh?
I said I've been saying run the ball.
Right.
So that should have run the ball, man.
That should have been the same conversational piece even with Dak Prescott. I think me and West Coast and my guy Boss Cowboy and a few other Cowboys content creators been banging on the table saying, hey, and even Coach Marv, we need to get back to running the ball to make things comfortable and for the quarterback. As much as people may think
we're undefeated when we rush over 150 yards or something like that.
Yeah, or I think we're undefeated now I know this kind of crass for me to say this, but we are also 30-0 when we rush the ball for more than 30 times in the last 6 years. So that's crazy too. So
yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. But I get what you're saying though. 150, we can look at that number too. I have to do my research on that. But
not just 150 yards from Zeke from both running backs because they're both beasts. I like them both.
No doubt.
I want to see all the people that were saying get rid of Zeke. What about now? Do they still want to get rid of Zeke?
No, they shouldn't be saying.
Because Zeke's been carrying our offense.
They shouldn't be saying that at all. Zeke been the guy that's been a staple piece. He was the first round draft pick in 2016 for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good, man.
I was a fan of his when he was coming out of Ohio.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man. So what else you got for the show?
Oh, that's really all I got. That's all I wanted to talk about.
Appreciate you, man, so much for calling in, man. Good call from him. Yeah, good call from him. All right, hold on, quick. Let me look up that stat though. Cowboys record when rushing over 150 yards. Let's see. Since 2016. Let's just do that. All right. Well, the Dallas Cowboys have a 59-39 record when gaining over 150 all-purpose yards. I have to really get into the numbers of that. Okay, shout out to StatMuse for that. All right, I got my guy from the 863. You just called me on my other phone, man. What's good with you, Scott?
I ain't mean to do that, man, because you never picked that phone up, but my bad. I ain't mean to do that. I got three numbers. What's up, man?
Now the one that now the one that's 601 number. That's my creme de la creme number there.
Yeah,
not too many people got that one though. But talk to me, man.
All right, man. Listen, I got a good soliloquy to say about this, man. Listen, anytime that any one of us, and I mean any one of us, to put on cleats and a jersey, we did not run on the goddamn field by ourselves. Not one time did we do that. We went out there with a goddamn team.
Right.
I don't see how the name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and we blame number 4 for every goddamn thing after this man done balled his butt off, got paid like every other player in the NFL, got broke off, to played his butt to a contract, to played us to 12 and what was it? 12-3, first year 13-4, whatever it was. Man and ball died. Every quarterback we didn't have, from Troy Aikman to Roger Staubach to Tony Romo, all of them won some and they lost some. You feel me? Every last one of them have. They didn't threw interceptions ran out of bounds when they shouldn't have. All of them that effed up. But yet and still, if you're a true fan, bruh, understand if you play football for real, you know that you didn't even play every play the right way. But you tried and tried until you got it right, or you did the best you could. Hey, the whole team won or the whole team didn't win. It's not based on one goddamn guy. Yep. Bottom line, that just gets on my nerves, man. It's a whole team effort. I went back and watched all the games. I sit down and go over film, and I'm like, dude, drop passes, that ain't his fault. Sometimes, I look at Dan Marino, even the great Troy Aikman. Yeah. A lot of passes was behind the receivers, but those receivers were good enough. If it touch your hands, catch the ball. Yep. Man, we did that out here in the street in the concrete, bro. If it touch your hand, catch the goddamn ball. Hey, look, we don't always run the best routes. They don't always throw the best ball, not even Tom Brady. But somehow, someway, those receivers catch the ball, and we sitting here like boo-boo the fool because our receivers can't do that. Now let's move on to the receiver. If you didn't hold your pillow and cry last night when you saw Amari Cooper get over 100 yards and another touchdown, and hear Al Michaels say, Amari Cooper touchdown, that wasn't supposed to be with the Browns. That was supposed to be with us. Man, I cried business notch last night. And I tried to hit you, but you answered my phone call to hold me late in the midnight hour. Long. That thing hurt, bro. It hurt so bad to see that, man.
You crazy, dog.
Every down he ever caught with us, they got, the breakdown and all, bro. It's just like, that's not supposed to be. Jerry Jones is the real guys, not Dak Prescott, not as Jerry Jones, man. Think about all the great receivers that he got rid of. We had the best receiver in the NFL at one point, Terrell Owens. Led the NFL with us every year. Year number 4, I get rid of you. Dez Bryant, I get rid of you. Now Amari Cooper, I get rid of you. Post C.D. Lamb, Lord have mercy. Post C.D. Lamb will get jacked up in, year number 3 himself. So I don't know what Jerry got going on. And my last point, Ezekiel Elliott. I took you this a while ago. Mm-hmm. Scott Linehan featured Ezekiel Elliott. Now, I didn't agree with all the Scott Linehan calls, but he knew who to hand that ball to. And Zeke told it to rock. If the man is averaging 5.2 yards per carry, that means 2 carries got their first down, guys.
Yep.
We've got to run the ball. And if we run the ball, that does what? Control the clock like we used to. We have an off-the-chain defense that keep them rested up, and they're going to come out and bust heads like they're already doing. They even bust heads while they're tired. So if we get back to running the ball and have a balanced offense, we know Dak can throw the ball. Dak is a good quarterback, but he's even better when we run the ball and open up that play action and open up the field because we established the run. It ain't that hard, man. Good Lord. We'd have had all these coaches, but it's Jerry Jones. We'd have had Mike Parcells, for Christ's sake. We'd have had the fish.
Yeah.
We couldn't get it done. Come on, man.
Y'all listen to that man.
Fish, the great Bill Parcells couldn't even get it done. He walked away and F did. Time out circus. Send the animals back into the wild and let them kill and eat like they supposed to.
Man, it's a good call from you, man. Good call, man. God, dog, boy, you own it, baby. Appreciate you so much, man.
Hey, Lo.
Appreciate you, dog.
Later.
It's a good call from him. Good call from my guy, man. Scott, man. Always with the good stuff, man. I'm trying to look up this. I think I hit the wrong button. Let me see. He was right on it, man. Right on it with everything. And put T.O. Shannon Sharp. Y'all knew what y'all was doing. Y'all started calling when I was about to shut the show down. I got like 5, 7, 8 callers now. I'm going to get to y'all. Hold on right quick. Shannon Sharp with T.O. with Shannon Sharp when he was released. I really appreciate y'all so much, man. I can't find it, but I'm going to make it my business to find it because I got to play that. But, man, my guy came with it. Keith Floyd with the donation, man. I really appreciate you so much. He says, Jerry Jones doesn't get it. He is what we call smart stupid. Sorry, Jones continued to set Dak up for fail. Now he has to be perfect when he returned. Dak changed the betting line. think, people. Dak changed the betting line. Oh my God, Keith Floyd, you speaking some good stuff right there. I don't think that Dak was ever meant to be. I don't think Dak was ever meant to be. I think that what happened here is that all of a sudden he became Dak Prescott. Now, from the eyes of the Jones family, they was like, well, we're going to ride with the hot hand. We can't, look, the jersey, we making money, baby. The jerseys are selling and we are winning. And we got to erase 2015 out of our mouths and let's roll with it. This could be everything. And they gambled. And, of course, it bit them at the end. There's never been a rookie quarterback to win the Super Bowl. And you have to understand there's no shortcuts to success. There's none. I wish I can bang on the table and tell you guys there's shortcuts to success. But there's history and time showing that people that win the lottery, $1 million, broke next week, right? Broke the same year or commit suicide because they can't handle all of the success. The fame is too deep for them, man. So that is the reality of it. People say, man, what I would do if this situation happened. People change when money come around, right? It's just how it goes, baby.
The conference has been locked.
All right, so everybody who's called in now, you're locked in. I think Coach Marv, you made a donation too. He says, preach, brother, preach, brother. That's Coach Marv with the $5 super chat. I appreciate you, man.
Dracarys.
All right, we got 612, you're live. 612, you're live. Oh, hold on. Now you're live,
How's it going,
612.
man?
I'm doing great, man. Talk to me, man.
So, man, normally I don't be calling in. I'd be quiet and just listen to y'all.
Right.
But these people saying we need to go back to running the ball first. Man, that's exactly what Jason Garrett did. It don't work.
Run with a purpose. Run to set up the pass. You know, Jason Garrett plans were
do that.
Yeah.
We need to be balanced though.
Balance is the key too, yeah.
Like we need to play smart. We can't just go run first down, run second.
Hello? You still there?
Did in the 90s.
Hello?
Yeah, that's what we did in the 90s. My bad, my Bluetooth cut off.
No, it's all good. But the reason why people say to run the ball, you remember, and when the 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, those three back-to-back years or back-to-back years, the balance was thrown off, right? And then remember in 2013, down the stretch, we realized, oh, this team is pretty good at running the ball, but it was too late. And they carried that on over to 2014.
Right, tell me the running team, like, of all, like, you know, Tennessee, San Francisco, how many of them won a Super Bowl? None. Because this is a passing league. It's a passing league. Now, you still got to run the ball because you can't just
yeah, because, you know the Tampa Bay.
You gotta.
The year the Tampa Bay won the Super Bowl, they ran that ball. And the year the Eagles won the Super Bowl, they ran it.
They also had Tom Brady.
Well, what about the Eagles? In 2017, they was the third rushing leader in rushing. They run the ball.
Yeah, all right. Right, that's one.
All right. What about the Seattle Seahawks? They were ultimate top 5 powerhouse in running the ball.
Yeah, but they also had top 10 defense.
And there you go. Run is a great complementary football. You talked about balances, right? Yeah. Run it.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I just don't think that's what we're made up to be. Like, we used to have that offensive line so we could do that, but we're not built like that anymore. They tried to switch it, now they're trying to switch it back, and that's why, like, I'm really concerned.
So you think heading into 2022, Noah Brown is your leading receiver? Is that's the solution right now?
No, I don't think that's the answer either, which is why, like, when they got rid of Amari Cooper, last caller said, like, I was upset. Like, how you just gonna get rid of him and not replace him with nobody? Like, we need pass catchers. We need Amari Cooper back, man.
Man, we do, man. My God.
But yeah, man, that's all I have for you. I just had to get that off my mind.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you so much, man. What's your name, fam?
Jaime.
Appreciate you, man. from the 612. And I love people who listen in to the channel and, you know, this is their first time calling in. But if I had my stat sheet up, man, I would just go down the whole laundry list of teams that ran the ball to make everything efficient for the quarterback. And even, you know, passing league, yes, we are a passing league, but I was going to talk about the Kansas City Chiefs. The reason why they won a Super Bowl, and now it's coming to me, the reason why they won a Super Bowl is not for the arm of Pat Mahomes, right? It was for the legs. What was their running back name? Was it Williams or something like that? They ran the hell out of that ball, right? And I get it, right? You want a quarterback that can throw that thing all around. And that will sell tickets, but as the weather wanes on you and it get cold, you're going to have to start running that thing. So that, my friend, is what makes a team dangerous, is when they balance too, though. I'm not finna be foolish and say, hey, if we only run the ball 30 times, we will win games. But we seen a quarterback that was drafted in 83 and didn't win a Super Bowl until 97, 98 or 98, 97, 98. Until they got a running game, right? Until they start running the ball behind Terrell Davis and those boys. And we already know what the Cowboys were about. And, of course, that was 30 years ago. If you really look into the run of the Cowboys in the mid-'90s, they ran the ball. But I can go all the way through the 2000 Ravens. They ran the ball. The 2001 Buccaneers, they ran the ball. The greatest show on turf, they used the underneath pass as a run for Marshall Faulk and those boys. So, I mean, there's multiple ways we can look at this, Cowboy Nation, but the ultimate thing is to be a balanced team, like he said. So that was a good caller from him. The Patriots, man, look up what the Patriots did in the first few years. They went and drafted Lawrence Maroney, right? He was a first-round draft pick. They made sure that they got, the guy from Cincinnati, his name at the tip of my tongue, and they play good defenses, right? And even if you go fast-forwarding to, like, the Ravens, when they had Ray Rice before he beat up his lady in the elevator, they was running the ball, baby. So you got to run the ball. Fast Willie Parker, you know, and Jerome Bettis, when they won the Super Bowl, the two Super Bowls that the two Super Bowls that Big Ben Roethlisberger won, he wasn't even elite. He wasn't even elite. How about that? He wasn't elite until after he won his two Super Bowls. Look it up. They ran the ball. So Corey Dillon, appreciate you, Christopher. Appreciate you. And Jamal Lewis, Priest Holm, and all of those boys, man. It's hard to find a team that passed the ball all around that won the Super Bowl. It's hard to find that team. All right, 843, you're live.
Hey, Law, what's going on, man?
Nothing to it, Chief. Talk to me, man. What's on your heart?
So I want to get this out there, openly. Like my man said, people keep blaming Dak Prescott about losing playoff games and all that, but let's just be real about this. First year in the league, rookie year, going against Green Bay. Yeah, he started out rocky, but he brought the team back. And once he did that, it was up to the defense to stop Aaron Rodgers, and they couldn't do it. And you know what? They made a field goal to tie the game and end the game in overtime. So how can you blame Dak for that when he brought the team back? Then you go to when they played the Rams after beating Seattle. How did the team get beat? They didn't have a run-stopping defense.
Right.
Is that Dak's fault? Can he play defense?
No.
My man did what he had to do to get the team in the right position, and they still got beat because you had two guys go over 100 yards. Now how is that Dak's fault? Please elaborate that for me.
Man, that Rams playoff game when they had C.J. Anderson, we literally couldn't stop a nosebleed. We had a guy, he wore number 51, and his last name was Reed, and then Antoine Woods. Man, those boys were getting walked on. Those were our interior guys, and it was so bad that they tried to flip Law to the other side, and it was just still. We kind of slowed them down a little bit, but it was just too late to stop the bleeding.
It was, but people blame Dak for that. Like, that's a team effort. That's a defensive effort. That goes unmentioned.
That was his third year, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Let that sink in. But you know,
Dak has done
you are an apologist if you say that, though. You know, you are an apologist if you say, "Hey, a guy that was drafted in the 4th round took a team in his 3rd year to the playoff, won one playoff game, and you know, he couldn't win it all for us." You know, sad.
That's what they say. But it's like, first of all, we should be grateful to even have that. Because if people remember, Jerry Jones wanted to trade back in the 1st round to get Paxton Lynch, who, by the way, was on the sideline crying. Now, let's think about that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to get the guy that was on the sideline crying.
Right.
Then he wanted to get Connor Cook. Where's he at? Connor Cook's out the league. Then he wanted to get Christian Hackenberg. Where's he at? He's out the league. Like, let's think about the QBs that were in that QB class in 2016. There's only one guy that's still with the same team. One guy.
Dak, huh? Was Brissett drafted that year?
Yeah, I think he might have been. He might have been.
Y'all let me know. Help me out. I think, and he looked pretty good last night, but he looked all over the place sometimes too. But you know, it's a situation. Whereas I think a lot of people have the Mandela effect, where they think they've seen something, but they really never seen it. You know, they only listen to what you know, the 4-letter says, you know, and they permeate, that permeates in their minds, and they echo and spit it out. Like I said earlier, they don't do their own homework. Like Justin Herbert is like 1-7 now against winning teams.
Thank you.
1-7.
Thank you.
It never took his team to the playoff, but they will literally fight me right now. You know what I'm saying? They will literally fight me right now if I say he's not elite.
But did he just throw a red zone interception? Did he not just do that?
Yep, pick 6 all the way to the house, you know. So, and he had a ready-made team. And look at the defense. Look at the defense. This is his 3rd year, right?
Yeah, this is 3rd year.
3rd year. So, according to fans, he should make it to the playoff and win at least a playoff game, or to the Super Bowl and beyond.
Dang, he looking good so far.
Yeah.
Like, this whole thing about Dak Prescott not being, like, look, I say it like this. Every quarterback needs a good coach and an offensive coordinator to be successful. It wouldn't matter if you put Patrick Mahomes on this Cowboys team with Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore. We ain't going nowhere with them. We're not going to go anywhere. You got to put the right people around Dak Prescott. You put Dak Prescott in Kansas City, I'm not saying he's going to be Patrick Mahomes. What I'm saying is he's going to help that team achieve their goal. And then what are we talking? Like, if Dak would have left and went to Indianapolis, who was going to pay him anything he wanted, I bet you Indianapolis would be in a great position right now.
Yeah.
But we would be in trouble. But now everybody wants to go with Cooper Rush. And Steve Young, first of all, Steve Young shouldn't be talking. Like, he got hit too many times. This whole notion about Dak needs to learn from Cooper Rush's fundamentals. If Cooper Rush is that good, if he has that great fundamental factor, why is he still and only a backup? Why did he go from Dallas to New York and then back to Dallas? Everybody should be scrambling trying to get him. But nobody wants him because they know who he is. He's not this great savior that people want him to be. No, all he needs to do is just stay the course, do your job, don't make a mistake. And once he makes a mistake, it's over.
Yeah.
The Cowboys ain't coming back. It's a done deal.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, people just hate that. Like, give the man his flowers. He's done more than people expected for a 4th-round pick.
Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is, man. I appreciate you for calling in, but I'm rooting for Cooper Rush. I want him to be victorious against Monday night. We all want him to be his, winning Cooper Rush. I don't want to see him with a blemish on his record, but I don't want us to crown him too quickly as well. That's the best way I can say that.
No, you're right.
Yeah, appreciate you so much. Hey. Before you run, though, this is not the first time this ever happened. Remember Kurt Warner in Ramsland, he got hurt, and then they insert Mark Bollinger, or however you say that man's name. And
Mark
Bolger. Yeah, he went on an 8 or a 9-0 run, and they sullied Kurt Warner. They're like, he's a Super Bowl winner, But they only perceived him to be a quarterback that was surrounded by good weapons. right? And Mark was a better reader and threw better, had more arm strength than Kurt Warner. And then Kurt Warner was banished to the Giants, and then he went to another team, and then he ended up on the Cardinals, and then he ended up taking that team to the Super Bowl or what have you. But there goes to show you that sometimes the backup quarterback can outshine you. It don't matter who you are.
No, it's possible.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's going to happen here.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you so much, fam. Salute.
Yes, sir.
I need to look that up, but the Rams were so antsy about, hey, Kurt Warner. Kurt Warner was a guy that was so precise with his passing, right? And he had the quick release, but he never got the credit because he had the two wide receivers. I forgot their name, but y'all can put their names down. And he had Falk, and he had a good offensive mind coach or what have you. And they were just killing it, greatest show on turf. And he got injured, and they was like, well, yep, Mark Bolger, yeah, Brian Bradford. But that could be the situation there. But he came out, and Mark was like lighting it up, 8-0 or 9-0, and then they was like, you know what? We don't need to keep Kurt Warner. He's a Super Bowl winner, but anybody can do what he did. And they were not the same until they got Matthew Stafford last year, right? It took them 20 years, right? 20 years to get back to winning the Super Bowl. That's, my friend, that's how hard it is to win a Super Bowl, by the way. It's not easy. It is not easy. Aaron from Long Beach, man. What's good, man? You live?
What's up, Lord? How you doing today?
Man, I'm doing great, man. Talk to me, fam.
Man, all right. Quick question, Lord. When we had Tony Romo, he was going 8-8, right? 8-8. Who was the backup quarterback when Romo got hurt?
Kyle Orton, John Kitna.
We had John Kitna, Kyle Orton, Matt Castle, Mark Sanchez, Brandon Whedon, and Andy Dalton. Now, any of those backups, like when Romo got hurt, what was the main preaching line? Cowboys need a solid backup. So when Romo goes down, keep us afloat. Well, now we got a solid backup that can hold us a couple games afloat until our starting quarterback comes back. And now everybody wants to talk about him being a starter. Am I on point? Like did I miss something? Because now that we have a backup quarterback that can hold us afloat, you want to replace him with the starter backup. With a starter. Knowing that our starter, I believe, is better than Romo. Yeah, Romo would throw great passes. Romo could throw the ball, but what did it really get us? Nowhere. Even we ran the hell out of DeMarco Murray. Romo still tried to throw the ball and win the game. And what happened? Nah.
I think my thing is
we got cheated by the refs.
Yeah, we got cheated by the refs. I just think that Romo, I love Romo, man. The way he threw. Yeah, but my only thing is with the Romo situation is that collectively we never had things that match. Ham, no burger, peanut butter, no jelly type of thing. Whereas I get it. Romo at times he would make you punch a clean wall and get mad at it, especially that when were you in against the Washington team, and he was trying to hit. He tried to hit Murray in the flat and end up passing the ball right to the linebacker. He tried to go deep to was it a guy named Miles Austin? He threw 3 interceptions basically. And he was just trying to do too much when he didn't have to. Run the ball. I think that the coaching philosophy failed him, and nobody was sitting in there telling him, "Hey, man, let's run this ball." And that didn't happen until 2014 when the light came on. And as soon as the light came on, they snatched the rug from under his feet. They got rid of the Offensive Player of the Year, DeMarco Murray, over coins. over coins. And talking about meat on the bone. Yeah, and the dude was stealing, like the Joseph Randall stealing cologne out of North Park Mall in Dallas, in Paradraw.
Well, we want to get rid of Z.
Yeah, oh my God. It was just a dead spell. Oh, man, it's crazy.
Like you said, people got the Mandela effect.
Yo, they do.
So I understand. So, like Dak never had an 8-8 career yet. That one year we was it 9-7? Did we go 9-7? Was it 2017?
2017 to 9-7. But Dak's best year to me was, you could throw it in the mix. I think last year was Dak's best year, but 2019 was phenomenal. I think that 2019, a lot of people look at it like, okay, 8-8. I look at it like, no, that's your quarterback having one of his better years, but also with the stupidity of the coaching staff and how the games ended, a lot of people sullied him because the man was playing. He betted on himself that year too. People fail to realize he's supposed to get paid his money, but going 8-8 that year, a lot of people put a stamp on Dak Prescott as if he can't get it done, and they put all. Remember, that was the start and the birth of the garbage time stats, because we finished out 8-8, and because we didn't beat the Jets, and because we didn't beat the Saints, and because we didn't beat the Patriots in the monsoon game, and all of those games. Every time I point out the small things like the flags or what have you, people say, "Are you just a Dak Prescott apologist?" Right?
That's terrible.
Yeah, it's never in the history. 2 back-to-back tripping calls ever been called. Never in the history of the NFL 2 back-to-back offensive pass interference been called, and those happened like in that year. And then in 2019, Dak versus the Jets, offensive pass interference on the touchdown that was called back, which was a major deciding factor of that game. Dak Prescott threw the touchdown to Jason Witten, but they called pass interference on a rub route that my guy Cedric Wilson did on that game. If you take away those games, we're in the playoffs. I mean, man, it just crazy. But listen to the excuses they give Justin Herbert. He threw for 5,000 yards. They didn't even make it to the playoffs, but they talk about how great he was, right?
Oh, yeah. And he's in his third year, like you said. Since he was in third year, he should take the team to the playoffs, at least win one.
Yep.
And then just go from there. But we'll see. So I say all that, man. Relax on the Dak comment. Like, Dak is our quarterback. He's going to get it done. Y'all was up in arms when he went 13-3 the first year, and he still kept a good record. But I don't know. You got Browns fans that are still loyal than some of our Cowboy fans. It's ridiculous.
Right.
And they've been through the worst. But next thing, should they put Peters at left tackle and move Tyler Smith to guard, or just keep it and just keep Peters?
Don't touch that.
That's my only thing.
Don't touch it.
The line.
Don't touch it, man. Don't touch it.
But they look like they're trying to touch it.
I mean, we seen 2000 and 2021. Of course, we seen the Denver's game. The rotations of the offensive line, which was crazy. And the day before the game, I talked to Duke Manyweather, and he was like, "Man, Terrence Steele is not ready to play left tackle. He's not."
No. Okay. One more. With Donald Wilson playing the way he's playing, would J-Ron Curse get his spot back?
I think J-Ron Curse, he's such a vocal guy that he'll say, "Hey man, I thank you for holding down that spot, but it belongs to me." And the Cowboys lean heavy on that money. And I get it on the offensive side, but the defensive side, they lean heavy on that money, and things will change.
Right.
Things will change.
Got you. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get out. Appreciate you taking my call. Cowboys, stand up.
Stand up, man. Appreciate you, Aaron. Appreciate you so much, man. Thank you, man. He was the last caller of the day, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. It was another caller. He ducked up out of there, but I appreciate you, man. Keep on Dono. Yeah, as long as he winning, then keep him in there. But then again, you know how it is. I don't think that there's a true starter on the defensive side of the coin anyway. Dan Quinn rotates so many guys, so it's to our benefit that keep the teams guessing, right? And keep rotating these guys in. Philly D says Herbert, tough division. That's subjective, you know. The Cowboys division have more. Look, there's no division that got more Super Bowls in the NFC East, right? And for the last 5 to 10 years, the division that Aaron Rodgers been terrible. Been terrible, but no one brings up that's a weak division, right? Like who's scared? Who was scared of the Detroit? And Chicago's been a shell of themselves, right? It's been the Packers on it. Like the Vikings, you can say that they gave you a little fight here and there, but that division, no one brings that up. They only bring up NFC least because of the national media. I think it's because you got, you know, New York is a media hub, right? Philly area is the East Coast area media hub. A lot of media attention there. And the Cowboys are the Cowboys. So it's better to say that division is trash or sucky, right? It goes all the way back to even the Patriots for all of those years. One of the worst divisions. Now the Bills want to do good, right? But, you know, the time that they did have a little heat in that division, when the Jets had the coach over there, right? Rex Ryan and Rob Ryan, whatever Ryan brother it was. I mean, they had good defenses, but they had Mark Sanchez, and they fooled around and made some noise. But collectively, it's been a weak division. Tampa and Green Bay division was weak last year. Yeah. But somehow we get crowned with the weak division. And we can literally see that we like the SEC of the NFL. Like we play each other rough and rugged, right? Well, I mean, it's like a rivalry of a rivalry. And I've been banging on the table, and I kid you guys not, I would love for the NFL to realign it. I don't give a dog about rivalries at this point, since it's always a situation that we do market revenue sharing anyhow. They need to switch the Carolina Panthers with the Cowboys. They need to switch those two and let us be playing the Saints and Atlanta Falcons twice a year and Tampa Bay twice a year. That's what we need to be doing. But for rivalry's sake, look how far we got to travel. We in the West, and we got to play in the East. Come on, man. It don't even make sense. This need to be realigned. But I get it. It's a money thing, and people got old values that they don't want to release. But the Cowboys need to be realigned, and I would love to see the Cowboys versus the Atlanta twice a year, versus the Saints twice a year, versus the Tampa Bay twice a year. We don't even have to play the Eagles, the Giants, and the Washington team. Matter of fact, to be 100 with you guys, the number speaks for itself. It don't matter who we play. We're going to have the most viewed anyway. You know, we're going to have the best. we're going to have the best numbers anyway. NFC East is Philly D is back, best division of all time. I feel you. But think about it. The Washington, the Eagles, and the Giants, they are all driving distance within each other. You can literally drive from Philly to Washington to the Giants. But you ain't finna be driving. You ain't finna say, hey, man, I'm finna hop in my car, man, finna go drive to see the Cowboys. But you for dog sure can drive from New Orleans to Dallas just like that. You know, but you know, it's a story of another day. I think the division need to be realigned since we all doing this new system anyway. And old folks need to get out the way, man. I know we want to hold on to customs, right? Shoot, it seems as if though we play the Minnesota Vikings every year anyhow. They can figure out the schedule makers can figure out something. We got an extra game on the docket. Yup. Appreciate you, William. Thank you. Cowboy Nation, really appreciate you guys so much for jumping in. Purple Soul, appreciate you. I think the ratings and the views will be good anyhow. The only reason why Tex Stram, I believe, wanted to get over there to the Giants and the Eagles and the Washington at the time, to let people know we from the West and we'll dominate the East because we are the beast, right? We are the best, baby. And we'll take over the East and the West, the South and the North. We the mighty Cowboys. We locked in, baby. Ain't nobody gonna turn us around. This is what we do. Shout out to you, Big Sarge. Appreciate you. Shout out to you, Verdi. Later on tonight, it will be me, Bad Dog Sports. We'll be locked in for about an hour or more talking about our teams. And I'll be talking about the Dallas Cowboys versus the Giants. So y'all want y'all to tune in. I think it's around 8, 9-ish. You know, we will be live. So support. Let's regulate. I need for all of y'all to show up and show out. Pre-game talk, baby. In this team, we all should be locked in forever, baby. DC for life. Cell block 80 over here. Let me know where y'all block is from, baby. Tell people before, when you're up against the struggles, meet it squarely face to face. Lift your chin, set your shoulders, plant your feet and take a brace. When it's vain to try to dodge it, do the best that you can do. Do the best that you can do. That's all we can do. You may fall, you may conquer. See it through. Black may be the clouds about you, and your future may seem grim. But don't let your nerve desert you. Keep yourself in fighting trim. If worse is bound to happen in spite of all that you do, remember, running from it will not save you. Talking about, hey man, it's been 27 years, it's been 20 years, it's been 19 years, etc. will not save you. Keep your head high, eyes through the finish, Cowboy Nation. And see this thing all the way through. That's the only way. Cell block 301, I see you. Cowboys for life. Shout out to you, Jamie. Cell block 85, baby. The media loves lying, I feel you. There's one thing a man should always do, mainly to himself be true. Never allow someone to change your point of view. Unless what they bring makes sense to you. Never do that, Cowboy Nation. Never. As I depart from here, never judge a man by sight alone, nor by the height he has grown. And when speaking, keep it at a moderate tone, because raised voices turns hearts into stone. You see, in the beginning, it was DC for life. How about them Cowboys? When the warden turn off the lights and throw you in solitary confinements. You like Frank Lucas. You willing to say, hey man, I'll tell you who else. You snitching, baby. You telling on everybody, baby. You said, really, man, I'm not a Cowboy fan to the heart. I'm just rolling with them because they winning, from the start. No. The morals of life: live, love, and respect for another. Then there are those who will try to be smart. They'll take a decent man to alter his heart to seek to rip him apart. Those man no man shall call a friend, because they bend lies around the truth. To meet their end, Cowboy Nation. I really appreciate you guys so much. Don't be snitching out here now. Don't be an informant. Rip off that Cowboys jersey and have an Eagles jersey under it. No. We DC for life around here. We don't die, we multiply, right? Let's go, Cowboy Nation. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, You're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys.
Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she ice.
Appreciate all of the super chats. Shout out to you, Mr. Wright. Thank you, Sadiq, was so much for jumping in. Java, thank you. J Versic, the CS3M, thank you. Landlord, shout out to you, Chris214, Keith Floyd, Philly D, and Coach Mars. Let's go. Let's go, Cooper Rush. Come on. Let me see 10 in the chat. For Cooper Rush, we need for him to have his best game on Monday night. Let's get it. Yeah. Law. Shout out to J Farm. Shout out to J Lombardi. Shout out to you. Pocket change. In my own lane, finger roll. I would never sell my only soul. Heard your whole team was for sale. Heard it's on the market for the low. Who the realest, we might never know. Y'all know who the realest is. Come on.
Role. Give you the world when they sign you up. Try you out and then they line you up. Ooh. Now you're looking hungry, ribs are touching, need some food.
Need some milk.
Now you're all on live acting surprised, but you was.
Get well, Parsons. Get well, man. We need to get Micah Parsons well. Somebody need to send him a hottie toddy.
Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she ice. Freeze, photo, please, no photos. G's, no, please, no photos. Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she ice. Freeze, photo, please, no photos. G's, no, please, no photos.
Get it, girls, get it. Shake it. Go Cowboys. Come on. We up out, baby. One love. Until next time. Hey. TC 915. Shout out to you, Lisa. We up out. Until next time. Salute.